Hi friends, have you been accepted to an accelerated nursing program or a traditional nursing program? If so, that is awesome. I just want to be one of the people in your life to congratulate you on your accomplishments so far. It is a lot. You have taken your prerequisites, you have applied, you've probably found references, you've found your passion, and you're ready to do it. And I just want to commend you in that. Every school is a little different as far as maybe the uniform that you have to buy or the equipment that you need. So you just need to follow your school's recommendations on different things. But I just wanted to give you kind of a general flyover approach of what works in nursing school as far as technology and just some tips and hacks for you, scrubs, that kind of thing, just general terms. Okay. So probably one of the most important tools that you're going to need is a computer, at least for classes. So my grandpa would say, you got to have the right tool for the right job, or a workman's only as good as his tools. So does that sound like a grandpa voice to you? Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that you do need the right tool for the job. So I started nursing school with a Chromebook computer that did get me through my prerequisites. But once I started my program, there were a few things I was trying to load on, and I felt like I was getting behind, and I realized it was my computer. It wasn't me. I was kind of blaming myself for that, but it was my computer. And so you do need to have the right tool for the right job. So I ended up with a Hewlett-Packard. I'm not trying to sell it, but that's just kind of the thing that worked for me. I wish I could explain why that's the thing that works for me, but I don't know those terms very well. I did talk to a friend of mine who is really good at computers, and he said, for what you need for school, you're going to need such and such. And he started speaking computerese to me, and I didn't understand it. But I said, can you just send me a couple links? And so he did, and it cost about $500 or so. But my $200 Chromebook was not cutting it for me. So sad news there, but it is what it is. So if I can save you a little money in that, then be blessed and do something fun with the other $200, I guess. Along with spending money, and another tool you'll need is a stethoscope. Mine is a Littman. Again, I'm not trying to sell anything. It's kind of one of the better brands out there. Some people need to hear really well, and so they use a cardiac stethoscope. That's kind of top of the line, but apparently you can hear a little bit better. So this, I'm sure it has a better name than hose, but this part right here is a little thicker on it, and so they're able to hear a more amplified version, which I think is kind of helpful for nursing students who are making sense of those sounds and what lung sounds sound like and heart sounds sound like. So if that can help you. Also, a pen light is helpful. I just got one off of Amazon, and then some little scissors are helpful, and I stick them in my scrub pockets. Of course, when I don't have them in my pocket is exactly when I need them, but they do come in handy for cutting all kinds of things in the hospital setting. So those are a couple little things I try to keep in my pocket. I don't love clipboards. I feel like I set them down in the wrong place, and then I have to have that embarrassing moment where I have to go back and get my clipboard, and hopefully I didn't leave any important information out in the wrong place. So I kind of fold up my papers and I stick them in my pockets, because scrubs have tons of pockets. So that works really well, just to kind of keep that information for my clinicals on my person, and then I have two hands to do whatever I need to. And I feel like it's a little more sanitary too. I can foam in, foam out, having hands free versus holding on to a clipboard. So that's me. Other people might have other things. I have seen the fold-up clipboards, which apparently people use for giving report at the beginning of your shift. So they just kind of fold up, and it's sort of like half of a clipboard. So a little more manageable. I think they even fit into some of the leg pockets on scrubs. So some people do like those. As far as scrubs, I tried to kind of go the cheap route, which is usually what I end up doing. And so I found one set of scrubs, only one, that I really like. I got 4 sets for up to 4 days of clinicals that we do in a week. The ones I'm wearing fit the best. I like them the best. The pants fit right. Everything is right about them. They're great. But the other 3 are just not so well, not so much. Some people look really cute in the jogger style pants. My ankles are like popsicles by the end of the day, and I wear the compression socks. So those look super dorky with the jogger pants, but if I don't do enough laundry, I end up wearing the jogger pants. And other people can have chilly ankles all day and it doesn't faze them. For me, it doesn't work. So but I don't know, I didn't know that until I started working in the hospital. So you kind of have to do what works for you. But if I were to do it all over again, I'd probably just spend the money and try to shop the sales and get ones that fit. Actually go get fitted and find the ones that you really like. I have heard people say that size up just a little bit in case you are snacking too much during nursing school. I have gained a couple of pounds, so it just depends on what you're comfortable with. They've got kind of like almost like maternity pants, kind of like a yoga pant style. Others are drawstrings, so there's lots of different styles, and I like it when my scrubs are interchangeable with each other. And because I bought kind of like a unique set in 4 different thrift stores, they're not interchangeable, and so it just feels kind of off. I like the one set that I wear, and then the others just feel a little off to me. Like they're just, you want to feel confident when you go to your clinicals and feel good in what you're wearing. And this is like the only set that I actually feel the most confident in. The others, I just feel kind of dorky and whatever. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I hope not to be, gray is not my favorite color, so I hope not to be wearing gray much longer, but it is what it is. So, and it's only a year or maybe 2 if you're in a traditional program. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. It also depends how much laundry you plan on doing. If you hate doing laundry, maybe you need more than 4 scrubs, or maybe you're only doing clinicals twice a week, so maybe you only need 2 sets. So it just depends on your program. As far as vaccines, I would start early. They, at least in our program, they won't let us do clinicals without having our vaccines all up to date. So I went to the local health department, and I was able to get a couple of things that I needed for about $15, $20 each. So they weren't super expensive, but it did take time to do the titer test to see what I was missing, and then go do the ones that were missing. And sometimes vaccines wear off a little bit. They're supposed to be for life, but they can kind of wear off. So you might have to do the titer and then go back and start a new series. So it can take some time. So just start early. Another thing that I should tell you about are the platforms. For my program, there are a bunch of platforms that we needed to know. So just know that you're going to be learning a lot of computer. So one is Clinical Student. That's where we put all of our vaccines, all of our paperwork. Another is Lippincott Advisor, and that is where we can find lots of things about medications and health processes. So we needed that. Then we needed ATI, which is kind of practice tests for the NCLEX. We needed Moodle. So that's with our school. It's sort of like Blackboard, if you're familiar with Blackboard, but that's where we turn in all of our assignments. There's another one called EHR Go, which is kind of like practicing in lab for learning how to do medical records, that kind of thing. So, and then once you get into hospitals, you might see Cerner. So that's another one, and you will learn, these terms will be really familiar in just a little bit, and yours might be different if you're going to a different school. So just wanted to throw that out there. You will learn a lot of computer, and some of those are charged separately, so those can be extra charges. So it was a little bit more money once we got in. I think EHR Go was about $100, Lippincott $35-ish, something like that. So it's just par for the course. For me, Module 1 and Module 2 were the hardest. So those were my mods at the very beginning. It was pathology and pharmacology. I think for a lot of students, those are the hardest classes. So just be patient with yourself. It's a lot to learn. but you just kind of have to power through. So I liked simple nursing. He was super helpful as far as kind of being playful with the information, but not too goofy, not too outlandish. Other people might like Picmonic or Crash Course. Just find your person. Registeredrn.com. She's super thorough. You might enjoy hers. There's something Ninja. He's also very thorough too. So I kind of needed an overview before I could get super deep with it. So I liked Simple Nursing a lot. He was just my cup of tea as far as humor and cartoons and sounds and mnemonic devices to help me remember things. So you'll find what works for you. And along those lines is learn how you learn. So if you are a person that loves flashcards and you write and you write and you rewrite and you write it in pretty colors and then you write it all again to summarize everything and you put it all on one condensed sheet and that's how you learn, that's awesome. Do that. If you are a person that's auditory and you need to sing a song about something, there's all kinds of songs on YouTube. I think they're adorable, but I don't learn anything from the songs. So if you can just absorb information from hearing it in class the first time, fantastic. I wish you the very best. If you are a kinesthetic learner like me, I made a video. I hope it's helpful, but just use what works for you. And sometimes I need a little variety in that too. So if you're visual, you might like the charts and the colors and the memes and all the pictures of disease processes. It was helpful for me to, like, they might say, peau d'orange, like the orange skin, you can look it up, or like Steven Johnson's disease. I kind of needed to see a picture and then it would click. So even as the professor was speaking about something, I would just do a quick little Google search to find images and then boom, I could get that image in my head so that I could learn what those things were. So just learn how you learn. So we are adults, life happens. If you are pregnant, if your kiddo is sick, if you are falling behind, if you don't understand something, I think one of the best pieces of advice I can give is don't suffer in silence. Reach out to your professors, let them know what's going on. If there's a death in the family, if you have an appointment, just don't not show up one day and not explain why. Make sure that you're connecting with your professor just to let them know what's going on. So my daughter ended up in quarantine and I have 2 other children. And so we were all in quarantine for a couple days, just until we got her results back. And it turned out fine. They just put me online. It all worked out fine. So just know that your professors are real people too, and graciously communicate with them. But it's just easier when they kind of know what's going on with you. So in orientation, you will hear loads of information. I walked in smiling, ready for my ID picture, and walked out, I think, with my neck hurting, like, how am I going to do this? What did I sign up for? But you're going to be fine. It is a lot of information to get started with, but you're going to be great. It's all going to be fine. You just have to set time aside, and they will tell you kind of from the get-go that your life will be put on hold for about a year. That's very true. So just be patient with yourself, talk to your family, make sure you're kind of all on board and you know that it's just going to be 1 crazy year or 2 crazy years if you're in a traditional program. But hang in there. It's going to be fine. I'm making videos to kind of help catch your breath a little bit through this journey. So you're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Somebody told me this, just picture yourself in a year or maybe 2 years if you're in a traditional program. Picture yourself celebrating. I want to have a little thank you celebration party for people in my community that have helped me along this journey. So like not really a graduation party to celebrate me, but just kind of like, look what we did, you guys. So, and thank you for your help, and just like a party. And so that is kind of in my head right now as I'm looking. I still have 3 months till I graduate, but just kind of setting my eyes forward to that day when I can celebrate with my people and just be excited for what we've done together. So you got this. It's going to be crazy, but you're going to learn a ton, and it's super exciting. And I would love to hear what your journey looks like as you get through this year or two. All right, friends, take care, and we'll talk to you next time.